Hey, this week we're going to do something a little bit different. Our article number 6, which is a 5-step lesson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is called Is Age an Excuse? That's the title of this article. And we're going to be reading the article both in class. I'm going to go over it with you, and then I'm going to have you respond to the thought question, which is um, should people be excused or forgiven for offensive social media posts they made when they were young? Young meaning teenagers, um, about your age or a little older in some cases, and you'll see this in the article. Think about why they should or shouldn't be excused or forgiven. You're going to take notes, including facts and details here. Now, we've been struggling a little to get notes in here. Some of you write a great thought question, but have zero notes to back it up. And others have lots of notes and then don't write anything but a sentence. So we're going to change that today by going to, and I'm going to show you in the assignment. I'll have this video posted in here, but you'll see down here that Both Sides Matrix is the name of a PDF that you guys are going to upload to Notability. And if you need help doing that, reach out, ask for help, either by emailing me if you're at home or in class. We can work on that together. You're going to upload this matrix, which is just basically like a graphic organizer. And I'm going to have you put notes in there instead. We're going to work on this ability to take notes and come up with specifics from the article. So you may need to read the whole article first and then take some notes on it. And then once you're done doing that, go on to the activity questions. Later in the week, we're going to be talking about fact versus opinion. And a lot of this may depend on your personal opinion, but it's generally held that it's not acceptable to make disparaging or negative comments about someone's race, or sexist comments, meaning derogatory or negative statements about their gender or their sex, meaning girls can't do anything, that kind of thing. So that's a general held, socially unacceptable thing. And we'll find out that that is really true when you read the article and how much attention it brought to some Major League Baseball players, unfortunately. Now, for some of you, this is a little bit old news and you already know this, so you have some background information that you connect to. For some of you, you're like, I had no idea this was going on, but you can at least relate to these baseball players when they were in their teens. Should they have known better or not? And I want you to think about, do you know better at your age? And then consider the age that they were at. Is it excusable? Should it be forgiven? Is it ever okay to post derogatory or negative comments about other people's race, religion, or sex on social media? And I know that people tell you over and over again, what you put on the internet is like it's in Sharpie, it's forever. People can dig it up and find it. So you really want to think through any major statements you make on the internet. So we're going to be talking about fact versus opinion. Is it a fact? Or is it someone's opinion? Or is it something that is a fact, but that is incorrect or bad, right? Or unacceptable, I should say. So we'll be talking about that later in the week, but I want you to be thinking about, what do I already know about this topic of social media posts? Hopefully, you have some background information that you can connect to in your brain while you're reading this article about baseball players and things they put on Twitter or social media a while back that have caught up with them. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you upload the Both Sides Matrix to Notability and have that on a tab, and then log into Achieve 3000 and go. You can either go to the 3 dashes and go to My Lessons. Yours looks a little different than mine. And then I like to look at the list. So I go to the list. Or you could go to the week. Maybe you just want to pick by the week. Like it's overwhelming. And we'll go to this week and look at, is age an excuse? So we're going to click on that and go to this lesson, okay? And the first thing they're going to have you do, all you have to do is write a sentence. I agree because, I disagree because. Some people posted racist or sexist comments on social media when they were young. Should these people be excused or forgiven? What do you think? People should be held accountable for every social media post they make. So this bold statement is what you're responding to. Do you agree or disagree? So that is what we're going to do this week. And the matrix that we're going to use, and you'll see when you pull it up and upload it to Notability, it has one point of view on one column and another point of view on the other. And in one, the position is yes, they should be forgiven. And position number 2 is no, they should not be forgiven or excused. All right. And you can kind of write it however you want to phrase it. But that's our thought question. Our thought question is going to be, should people be excused or forgiven for offensive social media posts? All right, so that's the key. You're going to be expected in your answer to write, it says 3 or 4 paragraphs. We are going to write 1 paragraph, okay? Which means 4 to 6 sentences. You need to include claims, acknowledge the other side. You know, if you say, yes, they should be forgiven, you have to at least acknowledge the opposing side's claims. Like, you know, the argument for no, not forgiving them is this, and then organize the reasons and evidence logically. You're going to have to support your claim with logical reasoning and or evidence from the article itself, or at least demonstrate an understanding of the topic. Use words and phrases that you saw in the article, especially vocabulary words. And you're going to need a formal style of writing. This isn't your own opinion. This is, you can include that, but it's mostly you're going to provide statements and arguments presented in the article. And you're going to use the words ingrained and regrettable if you can. Okay, so you're going to need to look at what, at your level, what is it asking you to do? Because maybe this is for a specific reading level. Ingrained and regrettable. So you may need to look those up if you're like, I'm not sure I could use that in a sentence. We're going to talk about it in class tomorrow, but or on Tuesday as well for the B group. But if you are online only, this is your chance to realize, oh, okay, there are requirements for my answer. I can't just write whatever I want here. And more importantly, it needs to be more than 1 sentence, okay? In order for you to show that you've read and understood the point that they're making in this article, you have to be able to talk about it intelligently. And that means writing in complete sentences. So that's what I want you to get started on, is uploading the matrix and writing in, yes, they should be forgiven, and no, they should not, or you could say excused if you'd like. I want you to focus on really understanding the different points of the article so that when you get to the thought question, not only will you have your matrix filled out, but you'll have an understanding of one side or the other. Now, maybe you're not sure what you think still, but you're going to need to choose a side and explain why you've chosen that side, and then at least acknowledge or reference or use a sentence to describe the reasons that the other side has their claims, or if they have any valid reasons. So that is it for today. That's plenty to get started on. Now, if this is a lot and you're overwhelmed, I want you to just start with each tab, okay? Finish tab 1 and then go on and read the article and really try to understand what's the big deal here, and take notes then. You're going to go back in and look through the article and find key points for each side, and you're going to fill those out so you have something written down and that you can write sentences about. And then you're going to answer the activity questions. And then you're going to see if your opinion changed. Maybe it didn't. Maybe you're like, nope, I still don't agree, or I still agree, and why. And then you're going to go to the thought question and look at what is it requiring of me. Now, I'm not going to have you write 3 or 4 paragraphs. I would just like 1 well-written paragraph with an introduction and then explaining both sides, and then your claim, examples from the article, and then a conclusion sentence. And we will be talking more about this in class. So this is just to get you started.